are going to go into Magic Weekend with the tails up.
Yeah, yeah. In terms of sort of best feature this round, I think I kind of gave the game away when we were talking about them, but Jordan Turner with his 2 tries, 8 tackle busts, 202 metres and 2 clean breaks is the stat line of the week for me. The player of the week for me is Adam Milner. The fact that he came in for the aforementioned talismanic McShane and was outstanding in that big win for Cass. And then the highlight of the week for me was, again, that Jordan Turner second try was the best try I saw. So, clean sweep for Cass there. Rob will be absolutely overjoyed.
Yeah, and I think we should also give Rob post of the week for making you sing.
So that is fan review of the week.
Further Cass victory.
Yep. Predictions. I went 4 out of 6 from those games, so not too bad. Alan 3 out of 6. Hull Chaos screwed us both, and Wigan let me down, obviously. Thanks for everyone's fan views on all those games. Great to see some in on all the matches. Please make sure you get your fan views in on the action on Monday night. We'll be talking about that on the next show, which I now think is going to be on Wednesday night. So you've got a couple of days, Monday night and then all of Tuesday, to get those in for us. But great stuff. We're now going to move on and make some predictions for round 22, the bank holiday round. Right, David, it's Super League round 22 on Monday. All the games on Monday, all the games being played on the same day. Slightly staggered starting times. And we've got a couple of games on Sky to look forward to as well. I say look forward to. Wigan's one of them. So Monday at 2 p.m. Salford versus Hull FC. Look, although they were a bit disappointing this week, Salford have completely gone. So Hull FC, despite not being up to scratch against Cass, and having a few injury problems, I can't not pick them to win this game. So I'm going to go Hull FC by 10.
And I will say Hull FC by 10 as well, actually.
Wakefield versus Leeds. This is a bit more interesting than I thought it would have been. When me and Alan did a kind of our long-range predictions on the top 6 spots last week, this was one that I just assumed Leeds would win, but I've had to rethink it, and I'm going to let you go first on it.
I'm still going to go Leeds. So I think it will be a really good game. I don't think this is on the TV, is it, this one? But
no, it's not. No.
It's a shame because I think it's probably one of the games of the round, other than the obvious Warrington Saints game. But I do think Leeds will just squeak by, but I think it's going to be close. I'm going Leeds by 4.
Yeah, I think I trust Leeds too. You got to remember that okay, it was Wigan, but still they nilled the opposition in their last game. So you've got to say that breeds some sort of confidence. They've got used to playing without their best players in the halves and in the forwards. Some of their best players are missing, so they've got used to that. But they've also got great strike out wide with Handley, Briscoe, and the young centre Newman. So Leeds by 8, I think, but I really hope Wakey can do me a favour again. That'd be lovely. The first of the Sky games is the 5 p.m. kickoff, Castleford versus Wigan. Now, this game, Cass it's a slightly smaller ground, so it's a slightly higher scoring ground generally, isn't it? Because you don't have to go as far to score, you don't have to work as hard to score at Cass as you do at Wigan. So I'd give Cass credit to maybe score more points than Leeds did against Wigan and win by a bigger margin. However, with McShane likely to miss in, that brings it back down. So I'm just going to go for the same margin that Wigan lost by against Leeds and go Cass by 14.
Okay, I think it might be closer than that. I think you might have picked the bottom of Wigan's demise.
I think we're going to just sit down there, though. We're not...
I'm going to be slightly more optimistic for you than that. I think Cass will win, but I think it might turn out to be a game where we're going to start to climb back up the ladder. So I'm going to say Cass by 4.
Is it going to be sunny at the weekend?
Yeah, I think so.
then that's a situation for attacking rugby, isn't it? So Wigan can't win, can they? So Wigan can't keep it close in attacking rugby. So I don't know where you've come up with that idea from.
The next game could be about 100-0. I think Lee, as I said, if Lee could just play 60 minutes, they'd be fine. As I said at the start, with these quick backup games, it's the teams that have got big squads that tend to do well, and Lee really don't have a deep squad to call on, bless them. So I can only see Catalan by at least 30 points.
Yeah, 6:15 kickoff UK time, so Alan has to get off the beach by 7:15, doesn't he, to check this one out. Catalan's by massive, innit? Catalan's by at least 20, so yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Next one's interesting, though. Huddersfield Hull KR, that should be quite a good game.
I don't know. 7:30 p.m. kickoff this one. Huddersfield versus Hull KR. Huddersfield just lost at home, didn't they?
Hull KR just lost at home.
Huddersfield are okay, but they haven't got anything to play for, really. And I think they're all... I don't even think anyone's really playing for contracts now at this stage of the game either. I think the picking of who gets what places in the side next year will happen over the off season in pre-season training and stuff. I kind of think it just depends on how. I think Huddersfield can play well or they can play badly, and I don't think they're gonna have the meat in them to beat Hull KR when Hull KR need it. So I'm gonna go Rovers by 4.
And I agree. I think Hull KR will win this game. I'm going to say Hull KR by 6.
Fair enough. And then really interesting game, 7:30 p.m. kickoff on Sky. Warrington versus St Helens. This is a tough game to predict, and it's your team, so I'll give you the honour. What do you think is going to happen?
I think there are two or three things that are in Warrington's favour here. The first is they've had a rest because Catalan couldn't be arsed turning up. So they're only playing their second game in sort of a week and a half, whereas we'll be playing our third.
Yeah, you played Wigan and Lee. You played two of the worst three sides in the league right now.
One of which is a derby game. And then Saints obviously have lost Johnny Lomax, who the key in to our, shall we say, less than fluent attack. And then thirdly, quite frankly, Warrington have had our number the last 2 or 3 times we've played them. So I'm going to tip my boys to win, and to tip my boys to win by 6, but not with any confidence that's what's going to happen. That's heart rather than head. I'm
going to flip it the other way. I'm going to go Wire by 6. I do think they've worked out to some extent how to... But they're the only team that stopped Walmsley this year. I think that's a key factor. And Hill and Cooper can go toe-to-toe there. But more importantly as well, I think Clark can match anything Roby wants to do as well. And so I think, across the front rows, I think Warrington match you, which not many other teams can say that they do, or can say that they've done for the last 3 years. So I think that's important there. Widdop look to be back to some sort of form, which I think is important. George Williams is getting settled in there as well, and they've got these strike players in the centres, Mamo and King, that I think are real weapons, and that's a position that I'm not sure what you're going to have going on there with injuries and that sort of stuff out in those sort of fringe positions, especially with the deputy halfbacks, as it were.
I think it'll be Percival and Nagama.
Oh, right, so they'll both be
in the centres.
back and firing, and Makins will be back from ban, won't he? So
Makins will be back from his ban. Bentley will be back from his ban.
Doesn't deserve to be back, but yep.
He is going to be back anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know, Mark. He might spend more time sitting on the bench.
Exactly. I just think Warrington have worked it out this year against you and will beat you. So I'll go Warrington by 6.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're right, but I can't tip against my boys, particularly not in a game that's as crucial as this.
Well,
I think if Warrington turn us over on Monday, I think we'll end up finishing 3rd rather than 2nd.
Yeah, because Wyo will get that 24-0 walkover at some point, we're expecting.
Yeah, and they've got you at Magic Weekend, whereas we've got Catalan. So I think they may well end up finishing 2nd, and that will give them a leg up on the way to towards what they'll hope be the grand final.
Oh, last time we played Warrington at Newcastle at Magic Weekend, what a beautiful performance that was. George Williams was absolutely on fire. Happier days.
He might be this time as well, Mark.
Yeah. I don't like thinking about it. Just a reminder for everyone of our games of the week elsewhere. Women's Super League game of the week is Wigan versus Castleford, Sunday at 3 p.m. Fans can go in for that one. Championship game of the week, Whitehaven versus Widnes, Sunday at 3 p.m. League One game of the week is Hunslet versus Coventry, Sunday at 3 p.m. I should have checked to see if any of those have been COVID called off, but I haven't done, so hopefully they're all going ahead. There's still a few of the NRL Brit Picks games still to come. Dragons Cowboys, if you're listening to this early on Saturday, you'll be listening to it whilst you're watching that game, 6 a.m. Sharks vs Broncos after that, Saturday 8:30 a.m. And if you want to get up early on a Sunday for some reason to watch the Bulldogs when Luke Thompson won't even be playing, actually, will he, because he's suspended, Sea Eagles versus Luke Thompson-less Bulldogs, 4:50 a.m. on Sunday. But get all your fan views on all of those games for us to talk about on next week's show, which, like I said, will be on Wednesday. Right, we're going to do a bit of a wrap-up, David. David, I think I asked you to do a quiz. What have you got for me?
You did. So I have got a Magic Weekend themed quiz for you, Mark.
Ooh, how exciting!
I know it's not Magic Weekend on Monday, but I'm very excited about the upcoming Magic Weekend. And it's right
for us to be preparing for it, because you'll be there, I'll be there.
Yes.
Basically reach out to us on Twitter and stuff, find out where we are in and around the ground. I'd guess on the Saturday night after the last game we'll be at that first pub in Chinatown on the corner, the Irish one.
Right. Mary's or something like that it's called.
And we'll be around about that, and then we'll see where the night takes us. So do get in touch and make sure we have some meetups. I was saying to David before we hit record, I'm guessing it'll be a much smaller crowd than normal, and maybe 30 to 35 over the whole weekend, which gives us more scope for people to, be less busy, I guess, and places to be less busy. So find us, say hello. We'd love to have a meet up. But anyway, back to it.
That's all right. Quiz time. So there have been up before this year. There have been 13 Magic Weekends. Can you tell me how many have been at each of the 5 stadiums that have been used?
Okay. 2 at Murrayfield.
2 at Murrayfield.
Cardiff had, I think, right, so I'm down to 11 left.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, Liverpool won.
Yeah.
So I'm down to 10 left.
You are.
Three at Newcastle.
Ooh.
Oh no, this is the 3rd at Newcastle. 2 at Newcastle.
No. Love it.
More?
Love it. 4 at Newcastle already.
Fuck off.
No, I've been.
So 3 at Manchester and 3 at Cardiff then?
Correct.
Ah. I thought it was 4 at Manchester.
I'm gonna give you half a